Hi there, it's Bryce from Money Coach Sites, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to make a great financial coaching lead magnet. So what is a lead magnet, you might be wondering? It's a deliverable that you give a potential client in exchange for usually an email address, sometimes a name and phone number. But the idea is that you're going to give them something of value, and then they're going to be exposed to your brand, and then potentially down the line they're going to buy from you. So that's the idea of a lead magnet. It's to, of course, what it says there. It's to generate leads. It's to be a magnet for leads. It's something that entices people. So let's get started here. First thing you want to do if you're making a lead magnet is you want to make it valuable. So you don't want to make something just for the sake of making it or make it full of fluff. You want something that's actually going to contain a lot of valuable information for somebody, so that they're actually going to want to finish reading it and that it's actually going to do something for them in their life. So I like to say that if it's not something that you could have sold for at least $100, don't give it away for free. So you should spend some time and effort into making this. It should be something that exemplifies your expertise, and it really should be something of great value, so that way when someone downloads it, they might say something like, wow, if this person is giving this much away for free, I wonder what their coaching program is like, something like that. You want to make it so that the next obvious step is to inquire about working with you. So another thing is, don't worry about length as much as value. And this goes either way. Don't worry about it if your lead magnet comes out really long. As long as it's packed with value, that's okay. It doesn't matter how long it is. And on the flip side of that, don't worry if it's short. As long as it has enough value in it, it's okay for it to be short. So don't get stuck up on the specifics of how long your lead magnet is. Just make it valuable for the client. Next thing is make it relevant and actionable. So your lead magnet should relate to your core offering. So it should be relevant to what you do. So if you primarily work with people in credit card debt or consumer debt, then make sure that your lead magnet is targeting those people, and that it's actually going to, that it's actually going to help the people in that space. So as an example, for a web designer, they might have something like 5 sections your website needs to have in order to bring in new customers. So what that lead magnet does is it shows that if anybody downloads that lead magnet, they're potentially looking at redoing their website, and they have a problem. Their website isn't bringing in enough customers. So what that does for you is, if somebody downloads that, I mean, as a web designer myself, if somebody downloads that, that tells me that they're looking for an improvement on their website, and they know that their website doesn't bring in enough customers. So that's where I can come in and help eventually. I want to help in that guide, but I also want to, down the road, be there for them to do a custom website, something like that. And the last thing is, your lead magnet should encourage action. This shouldn't be just a piece of paper that's like an info sheet. It should actually require or encourage the end user, the person that downloads it, to actually do something. So you don't just want a lead magnet that's just going to sit in their inbox, in their email, and never get used. You want this to be something that they're actually going to get a little bit of success from actually using it. Here, another pointer is make it specific. So we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but you want to talk directly to your target customer. Don't make this something generic. Make it something that's really going to speak to who you're trying to work with. So you want that client to say, wow, this person really understands me. They really understand the problems that I have, the things that I'm facing, the questions and answers that I need. And so, as an example here, this is a specific lead generator for a college student. 7 financial decisions you should make before graduating college. So if you're in that space, that young adult, or the recent college graduate stage or space for your financial coaching clients, this would be something that would actually speak to them. They're like getting close to graduation. They're wondering how they're going to get things lined up. What am I going to do as far as where I get my job? Am I going to get a house right away? Do I need to rent for a year? Those are different things that you could include in that graphic, in that guide, and it would be really relevant to that college student. And then of course, the next logical step for them would be, if I have questions, I should reach out to the person that gave me this. So that's a good idea to use there. And don't get scared of being specific. You can always create more than one lead magnet. It doesn't just have to be one lead magnet for your entire business. You can have different lead magnets for each vertical of your business. Next thing, include a call to action. So at the end of your lead magnet, after you've provided some value to your potential client, you should get something back from them. So you should at least ask them if they are ready to schedule a free consultation call, or enroll in some free course, or maybe even a low dollar offer course. Follow your social media accounts, something to get them closer to your brand. There's been studies that say that it takes 8 touches with your brand before somebody is ready to buy. And so you want to get them in a position where they're going to see you more often. It's kind of like dating and stuff. You're not going to ask for marriage right away, so don't go for the sale straight away. But as Donald Miller says in his Building a Story Brand Framework book, you want to kind of date your prospect. And you want to, on the first date, you're not going to try to make a move. On the second date, you're going to get into deeper discussion. On the third date, so on and so forth. And then eventually, you might propose marriage. You might go for the sale. But for starters, for this lead magnet, this is at the very top of your funnel. This is just exposing to people to your brand, or people that may know of you, but they aren't sure if they're a good fit for working with you. This is something to kind of put them at ease and give them some value. So don't go straight for the sale, but do ask for them to do something for you. And those things can lead them deeper down that funnel. So here's some ideas for your lead magnet. You can create a PDF guide. That's a very popular one. You can do a checklist, a how-to guide, something like that. One that's kind of creative that is actually very impactful is to create a case study. So take some of your existing clients that you've done really great work for, somebody that maybe gave you a great testimonial, and ask them if you could do a case study with them, and maybe do a video and talk about where they were at, how you helped them along the way, and where they're at now, what they've achieved through working with you. This is kind of, you have to approach it the right way, but it could be a really powerful tool for somebody, as long as you can gear it to provide value and actionable steps at the same time for the person downloading this video or getting access to this case study. Another one you can do is a free course or a free video or a webinar or workshop. So teach somebody how to do a specific thing when it comes to their finances. Maybe it's how to clean up your credit in 12 steps or something like that. So things that are going to actually entice people to download your guide or watch your video, and then give them absolute immense value within that video or within that lead magnet. So real quick here, I mentioned PDF guides. Right here, I forgot to mention it, but take action. Take quick action first. So if you don't have the resources to do a webinar right now, then don't do a webinar. Do something that you can put together quickly. One of the things that I recommend is putting together a PDF guide of some sort. And there's a really cool tool that's actually free, and you've probably heard of it. It's called Canva. So if you go to canva.com, just sign up with Google. So once you sign up for Canva, they'll probably try to upsell you on the Pro right away. Once you say that you're using it for business, you can try the Pro for 30 days. I actually use the Pro version in my business, and it comes in handy because you get to do like transparent downloads. There's a lot of different features like one-click resize, and you can go through and decide whether you want to do Canva Pro, but I usually just recommend starting with free, and you can set that up later. So Canva is really cool because it allows you to start and make a design based on a preset template, which can be helpful for those of us that are not designers by nature. So for a PDF guide, I'd want to create a letter size document. And so once you do that, it'll give you the proper dimensions. And this is also good for like making Facebook covers and YouTube channel art, stuff like that. So just some ideas for you there. And then what you could do is you can go and find a template here if you want, or you can start from scratch. It's really easy to use this software. It's pretty intuitive, but there's lots of training out there, and I could do more training if you guys want on Canva. But pick something to get started with, and then you can go ahead and start editing. It's really easy. So let's just do this here. So what I would do is if I was making something, I'd go through here and I would edit all these texts, and it's really simple. You just go in there and you can edit, and then you could add a new page and you could start making whatever content. You can drag photos over. They have a good library of photos. You can add different text. So if you want to add a heading here, you can change the size of that heading, and of course you can move it around, drag and drop. So it's really intuitive, it's really nice and easy to use, and you can play around with it as you want. And then when you're done, all you do, go ahead and name the document up here. So name it whatever document you want, and then you just go to this little arrow here and download, and you want to download it as a PDF. And that's basically all there is to it when you need to create your own checklist, or sorry, your own lead magnet. I did want to show you an example of one that I've made in the past for my financial coaching practice. And so this was what I called the Financial Wellness Blueprint, your quick start money checklist. And it was a 43-step guide to help people on their way to financial wellness. So I had some getting started instructions, and then the whole thing was set up like a checklist. So you go through all these steps. There's 43 steps. They go through the different cycles of your financial life, and it gives you actionable steps to do as you're working through finances. And so what this is it was an example of me basically giving away all of the knowledge I had in a very short document, as it came down to your full financial life cycle. And so what that does for people is it gives them a plan. And then if they have questions along the way, I'm a natural person or a natural resource for them to reach out to. And then as well as they want to make more progress and work through the checklist, that's where coaching services come into play. So that's just an idea for you. If anybody wants this checklist, let me know and I'll get that to them so they can use it for an idea starter. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any video ideas, anything that you want to learn as it comes to financial coaching and specifically marketing your financial coaching business. So thanks.